Hey everybody, welcome to Namaste Doing Yoga. We're just going to talk about 3 or 4 core exercises here that you can do to kind of help strengthen your practice. So it's not so much always worrying about your shoulders all the time, getting all this pressure, but allowing your core strength to really be what holds you up in your planks, in your lunges, and just throughout your vinyasa flows. So before we get into that, let's just roll the shoulders back and down a few times, and then roll them forward. Inhale, reach those arms up, gaze at those fingertips. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, twist over to the right. Right hand comes back behind you, left hand over the right knee. And just turn to look back at your right shoulder. Nice gentle twist here. Inhale, reach the arms up back to center. And then exhale over to the left side, gaze over the right shoulder this time. Inhale, reach those arms up. And then exhale, bring them down. So my absolute favorite of poses is Navasana, your boat pose. And nobody likes to hear it, but they really do help with low back pain. They help strengthen your inner thighs, and they just help your overall core strength in general in your practice. In order to have a nice healthy back, we do have to have a nice strong core. So unfortunately, this is just how it is. But if you take my classes in person, you know that I never do a class without this pose. So in order to start, bring the hands back behind you. Whether they point outwards or inwards is totally just personal preference. And then start to sink your back down a little bit. Walk your feet in so that just the toes are on the mat. Bring the left foot up, right to meet. So you can stay right here. This in itself is a lot of core strength on its own. If you feel comfortable, you can maybe bring the hands underneath the thighs. Or maybe you can extend the arms out all the way in front of you. So the goal here is to squeeze your inner thighs together almost so that you have one leg. If you feel really strong and stable here, you can extend the legs straight. Maybe flexing those feet, helping to gain your balance here. If you're vibrating, it means that it's working. And then maybe here is just where you are today. And holding this for about 5 to 7 breaths is really something that is key to helping protect the low back. And then slowly bring the soles of the feet together. Inhale, lengthen up, and then exhale, forward fold into your butterfly. Just anytime we bend the back in one direction, always really important to bend it in the other. Slowly inhale, rising up, head coming up last. We're going to take a variation on our boat pose here. So bringing those hands back behind you, walking the feet in, and then rising up into any variation of boat pose that feels good to you. Maybe keeping the knees bent here since we're going to be moving a little bit. And then reach those arms out. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the left. Taking a few rounds to each side with your own breath, almost imagining you're holding this beach ball. And then slowly coming back to center, bring those soles of the feet together and just flutter the legs this time just to release the back, release the hips. Slowly extending those legs out in front of you. And come all the way down onto our backs here. Hug the knees into the chest, rock from side to side. Just give that low back a little bit of love. And then extend the legs all the way up towards the sky. Bring the hands underneath the head and the neck here. Flex the feet, spread the toes. On the inhale, lift the head and the chest off the mat. And then lower your left leg down to a 45-degree angle. Exhale, bring the left leg in. Inhale, lower the right leg. Exhale, bring it back in and switch it out. If this is too much, you can always keep the head and the chest back down. This in itself, you are working a ton of the lower core, but if you want to get more into the upper core and the lower core at the same time, you can have the head and the chest lifted. And then slowly hug those knees into the chest, rock from side to side. And then bring those hands back behind the neck and the head. Extend the legs all the way up towards the sky. Option to lift the head or not here. And as you inhale, lower the legs all the way down, hovering off the mat just about an inch. And then exhale, bring the legs back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale it up. Take a few rounds with your own breath here. Whether you choose to have the head and chest up is totally up to you. As long as you are always inhaling away from the body and exhaling towards the body. And then hug those knees into the chest, rock from side to side. And then bring the knees over the hips here, so you're almost in this reverse tabletop. Bring the hands behind the head, and we'll take our yogi bicycles here. So as you exhale, bring that left elbow to the right leg, maybe extend the left leg. Inhale, bring it back down. Exhale, switch it up. Moving with your own breath here, taking your time. This is not so much about worrying how many that you do. This is just simply to let you know maybe about 4 or 5 exercises that can truly help strengthen your core, strengthen your balance, and strengthen your low back. So coming back to center, make those circles again. Always really important to make these circles and bring the knees into the chest so that we can give that low back a ton of love. And then slowly start to rock and roll up and down on the spine. And then coming into a seated position. Roll the shoulders back and down one more time. And we'll make our way into our plank. So folding over the knees, bringing those feet back behind you. Holding in your plank, those fingertips are spread nice and wide. There's a roundness in your upper back here. There's weight in your toes. And then as you exhale, lower all the way down onto the ground. Keep the elbows in close. Bring the forehead down. Uncurl the toes. Keep the hands right where they are. And then curl the toes under. And start to press with your hands. Use all of your upper body and core strength and press yourself back into your plank. Lower all the way down. Uncurl the toes. Curl the toes back under. And press, 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 press. Nice strong core, strong arms. And then bring the knees wide to the mat. Sit back on your heels, child's pose. Slowly come back into your plank here. And we'll go through one more exercise that you can just do to strengthen your core. So we'll lower down onto the right forearm and then lower down onto the left for forearm plank. And then slowly come back to the right hand, slowly come back to the left plank. And then take it to the other side. Try and see how it feels to then put the left arm down first, and then the right. And then the left arm comes up, the right arm comes up, back into your plank. Take a few rounds with your own breath here. Don't worry so much about how many you do, just kind of see how it feels. And if you need to, at any time throughout your plank, you can always come down to your knees and then come onto the forearms and then back into modified plank. And then slowly come to sit onto your heels. Just roll those shoulders back and down. Inhale, reach the arms up, interlace the fingers. Flip the palms to face the ceiling, look up. As you exhale, bring the hands out in front of you, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, out in front. Slowly remove the interlace, shake the hands out, shake it all out. Bring the hands to heart center. Set an intention for the rest of your day. And maybe just set an intention of adding in some of these little core challenges, whether you're in a class, whether you're just doing your own practice at home, or maybe just take 2 minutes a day to do 8 of each of those exercises, or maybe do all of them. Whatever feels good to your body, just starting somewhere. That's really all that matters here. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please click like on the bottom of the screen. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave any comments underneath. Thank you so much. Namaste.